No matter how hard we plan or schedule our photography outings, there's always hundreds of variables that play a role in whether they turn out successful or not. Now, I don't really plan my photography days all that much, and in today's video I'm going to explain why that is and hopefully give you a little bit of inspiration if you're feeling disconnected to your photography. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Now, just a quick disclaimer, if you will, like all the videos I post here on YouTube, this is just me sharing my thoughts, and this is something that helps me take photos that I feel belong to me and that I connect with. And if it doesn't work for you in your process, that's totally fine as well. I'm just here to try and serve a bit of inspiration. And even if you can pull something from this video that's helpful, then my job has been done. A few years ago, we were in the Faroe Islands for 4 days, I believe it was. And I had everything planned out from A to B, which location we were going to, when and where. And this was to try and maximize the amount of good photos I could take in a short period of time. On the first day, we got the ferry over to Kalsoy, where we spent the whole day, and we followed the plan. We went from A to B, and although the day was beautiful and it was such a lovely time out, photography wise, the day wasn't going all that well for me. On the return, however, we ended up missing the ferry. Now, luckily there was another ferry in an hour or so, so no big deal. We just left the car in the queue for the ferry.
An hour and a half wait for the ferry because somebody, me, was reading the summer timetable instead of the, I guess, the winter timetable.
Now, it wasn't until that original A to B plan went a little bit wrong and we had to kill a little bit of time that literally 10 minutes away from the car, I took my favorite photograph on that day. Now, not to say this image is groundbreaking or anything like that, but I did not know these houses existed. I didn't see it on Google Maps beforehand. I didn't even see it on the way into Kalsoy when we arrived. And it was completely random. Now, having done photography for many years prior to this happening, I was already very familiar with the fact that it doesn't matter how much you plan, it doesn't matter how many images or compositions you see online before visiting a place, there is always something that can turn your big master plan on its head. Which is fine to a degree because it is part of the photography process, and although it drives us nuts, if it was too easy, if everything always went to plan and we always got banging images everywhere we went, then it may be a little bit boring, I guess. Who knows, because we'll never live in a world where that would be the case, so it's hard to say. But with that tangent out of the way, this circumstance was a real eye-opener to me. It made me realise, and I really sat down and went over it in my head and looked at old photos and new photos going forward as well, that the majority of my favourite photography are the photos that I never planned whatsoever. And when I say unplanned, I don't mean somebody kicked me in a car, blindfolded me, drove me to the middle of nowhere, gave me a camera and said, there you go, go and take photos. I just mean the scene, the subject, the person, whatever it may be inside the photograph, the weather conditions, anything like that were not pre-planned or overly calculated. Take this image here, for example. We had planned to go to this lovely National Trust estate for the day, but I had no idea this boat hut existed. I didn't know about the body of water, and I had no idea there was going to be fog up in the trees there. Here's another example of a day where I headed out in the spring thinking I was going to take a nice bright walk along the coast, and it turned out to be the foggiest day I've ever witnessed. And both of these photos and many more that I've taken over the years are the ones that I look at and say, yeah, that's my image and I really connect with it. Now again, disclaimer, second disclaimer for the video, I'm not sitting here and saying don't plan going to certain locations based on the time of year. I'm not saying don't have a route or specific paths to follow when you're going on a hike or anything like that. Some shots do require intense planning, other shots require you to go back to the same place a few times and even a little bit of luck in order to get the best image from that place possible. And for lots of people out there, that is why you connect with your images the most, and that's what you love about photography, the try, and then finally the success. But regardless of whichever approach you take, whether you don't like planning at all and you just like winging it, or whether you like consistently planning, checking the weather app, checking every variable, looking at how much dew there is in the atmosphere for the chance of fog, allow this video just to be a reminder to look around that corner, poke your head over that hill, drive down that road that wasn't on your original plan. Just steer away from the plan now and again. Don't get too fixated on one particular shot or one particular subject or one particular scene look out for stuff on the way there, on the way back from there, while you're getting to that particular spot. On the drive up through Scotland recently, we had planned to stop off at this tower as a lunch spot, and although it was on our plan for the day, I hadn't planned or looked at any possible compositions or angles I'd shoot the tower from, which meant I was going in with fresh eyes and my images weren't swayed by ones I liked online beforehand. Although I did take a more obvious shot, the shot I liked the most was actually taken walking off in the wrong direction away from the tower, including some farm machinery in the foreground. And these images feel way more like my images and my take on the location than any of the images did or could. I'm sure many of us have experienced this, and I'm going to use a waterfall for example. Let's say you're visiting a waterfall, you get out of the car and you're gone, and you're to that waterfall as fast as you possibly can because you're fixated on getting that beautiful long exposure shot of the waterfall, and you don't get your camera out your bag, you don't look at anything, you just walk there tunnel vision to the waterfall to get the shot. But what if on the way you miss a couple of red squirrels that are feeding on some nuts, and you love wildlife photography? Long story short, being curious of the world around you and anything that could happen while you're en route to somewhere could result in photos you never knew existed and photos that become your favourites. In the last 4 or 5 years, I've definitely found that constantly photographing places that I've found online and I've seen fantastic photos of already has led to boredom and frustration and disconnect from my images. And by the way, I'm still an advocate for shooting places that are super iconic and we've all seen hundreds of times on social media, because everybody wants their own version of that image and everyone wants to see it in real life as well. But get those iconic photos out of the way and then get off the beaten track and try and find something that's unique to you and your experience. Not to mention the journey, the happenings of the day and the experience that you had then remain in that photo that you discovered for yourself. Much like this image, I cannot look at this image without being reminded of us missing the ferry and walking around and laughing about the fact that we had read the winter timetable instead of the summer timetable for the ferry. Also, I don't know how many of you out there have felt like this before, but I have many times when I've gone on a trip somewhere. Prior to going, I've done way too much research, watched way too many YouTube videos and looked at way too many photos from other photographers. So when I get there, it feels like I've already been there and the magicalness of the place kind of gets stripped away a little bit. Of course, you still think it's fantastic and wonderful and you still have a great day, but it kind of just feels like something's missing. So hopefully this little ramble here today is a bit of an insight as to why I don't plan photography that much and why the photos that I never expected to create are the ones that I connect with the most and hold close to my heart, as cringy as that sounds. And me aside, if you are feeling pretty disconnected from your images, if you are feeling like you always go to iconic photography locations and you come back and you're not all that happy with them, you're not all that excited, then maybe give this unplanned approach a little bit of a go, and it might be the little spark, the little key you need to grab some of those photos that you do really resonate with and connect with, because all you have to do really is be more curious and explore the world a little bit more. And with all that being said, if you would like to watch 5 more photography tips that I feel everybody should have under their belt, then check out this video here, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.